cheese and it's just a beast and a pick from the butt. Man, but you're fucking around. I got a man, but I'm fucking around, cause I'm young and I can't be tied down. Oh, baby, just to get down. You got a girl, she got nothing on me, but we hold up.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm doing a fill on this set here that you see. So this set was done by one of my co-workers, so I'm just y'all, I say so much, but I promise I'm gonna get it under control. So right now I'm just taking off the top coat and thinning out the nails, that way I can go ahead and do the fill. But I'm also going to encapsulate it because I'm going to do an ombre set. So right now I'm just taking off all the lifting. These nails are probably, I think they were like 3.5 weeks old. Like yeah, you know, life is a nail tech. How you be busy, you can't do your own nails. Yeah, this is my life now. So excuse me. So right now I'm just taking off all of that lifting, and let me know how you guys like this angle. Instead of being over top, I am at work, so this background is a little bit different, but it's next to me, kind of like from my view almost. So let me know how you guys like that a little bit better, or if you don't like it better than the overhead view. So yeah, just let me know how you guys like this different view. So now I'm just going in with the ceramic bit. It is an extra coarse, what is it, like it's not a needle bit, it's a comb bit, that's what it is. And yeah, I'm just taking off all of my lifting. I am nipping part of it off, or what can come off, and I'm just being very gentle not to pull anything too tight or rip it off. You're just nipping off what is lifted. So now I'm just, when you see me like bending and pressing the nail, kind of like trying to lift it up, I'm just seeing where the lifting ends. So I'm just being careful going around the edge of, where the end of the attached acrylic, I guess. Y'all, this is what it is, trying to be a YouTuber and trying to describe everything. Y'all, it's too much. So yeah, I'm just kind of smoothing out that area that is still attached to the nail plate. So this pinky nail is actually a foil, so I'm just going to take the whole thing off and just thin out the nail, and then using that same foil that you used, I'm going to go ahead and fill it back in and redo it when I do the fill. So I'm just going to continue to use that extra coarse ceramic bit and deep off all of the nails and take off any lifting. So now I'm switched to a safety ceramic bit. This is about a medium to coarse bit. And I'm just smoothing out the top of the nail, that way it's ready for the acrylic application, as well as taking off any little bit of lifting that is left that I can't get with the extra coarse bit, only because I don't want to get too close with it on my natural nail. And so as we progress and do our prep and stuff, you'll also see that we'll switch between the ceramic bit and the sanding band, just making sure we're getting all of that lifting off. So now I'm just going in with this diamond bit that I got from Young Nails, and I'm just putting up my cuticle area, and I zoomed it in, that way it's a little bit easier for you guys to see exactly what I'm doing, and I am not applying any pressure. And I'm also just going to use that bit to take off any extra lifting that I couldn't get with the ceramic bit, as this is very, very small and can get into the little nooks and crannies. So, this is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just nipping off any extra cuticle that is still attached. And I don't nip the cuticles off of all of my clients, just the ones that need them. I don't really find cutting the cuticles necessary, just more so, I guess, for not necessarily aesthetics, but if it doesn't need to be cut, why are you cutting it? So, just more so like that. And so now I'm going in with a fine sanding band. As always, I only use fine sanding bands on the natural nail. I don't go anything higher, or I'm sorry, anything less than 240. I just don't like it. One day I'll try a 180, or if they have something in between, but I just haven't liked, I don't like the way it kind of, not necessarily tears up my nail, but I feel like it's too rough. I feel like this is a good medium, and especially because it's a fresh sanding band every time, it's not as damaging to the nail. So I'm just going in and using that sanding band and prepping all of my natural nails, and then I'm going to go in with dehydrator and primer. So I'm just using the Young Nail Swipe and cleaning off the nail plate, and that's also going to pH balance the nail. So now, I wasn't sure what color I wanted to use for the ombre, so I'm using these colors by Valentino. These are just some pinky nude colors, and we're going to figure out which one we're going to do. So the first one is Butterlicious. The second one is Prettiest Pink. The third one is Lustrous Pink. And the last one is Bear Me. So, if I'm not mistaken, I either went with the second or third one. So, I'm just going to swatch these for you guys now. And then I'll hold the napkin up and show you guys. Oh, yeah, I went with the second one. Definitely went with the second one. And this is just Young Nail Speed Clear, even though it's in a C&D container. Don't mind that. I'm just adding some of my Mia Secret monomer, and I am just correcting this nail. It was a little bit overfiled, so I'm just evening that out a little bit, and then I'm going to go in and continue with the fill. So now I'm just going in with 2 coats of primer. The first was the dehydrator, and this is the primer. This is the OPI Bond primer, I think. Or Bond, I'm not sure, but it's from OPI. And I'm just using that, I believe it's Butterlicious. It was that second acrylic. And I'm just using that to fill in the nails and do an ombre. I don't know why, but this footage was kind of weird on some of my nails, so I kind of edited as best I could. So this angle was a little weird for me, so I'm still figuring this out, figuring that part out. But I do like, or at least personally, I like that it's a little bit closer. I feel like you can kind of see it more real time versus the other way I had it. So we'll see. Like I said, please let me know how you guys like it down below. So yeah, please don't mind the weird footage. So now I'm doing my pinky nail, and I'm using the Beetles foil glue, and I'm just going in and going to cure that first layer, and then I'm going to come back and put the foil on top and then take it off. So now I'm just laying the foil down, and you want to make sure it's completely flat and even. There isn't any ridges or any buckling or bubbling or anything like that. You want to make sure it's completely flat, and you rub every single part of the nail. That way you make sure that the foil adheres to the nail properly. And of course, sometimes foils don't remove correctly, so how you'll see a few spots are still sticking. Just continue to rub them in, and they will begin to stick to the nail. If not, you may have to do it again. And for me, that was the case down at the tip of the nail, so I went back in. I tried to do it the first go around without adding more glue, but it wasn't sticking, so I just added more to the bottom, and then I'm going to cure that and then put that back on. Oh, don't mind me. Actually, I put it back on and then cured it to make sure it adhered. That is technically a way to do it, but it's not the proper way. So don't mind me. These are my own personal nails, and I like to try doing different things. But of course, because it was cured the second time, it sticks better at the bottom. So now that the foil is placed, I'm going to go ahead and use that same acrylic color. Like I said, I think it's Butterlicious in the Valentino collection. And so I'm just using that to ombre on the top of the nail. And I did cover the bottom half of the foil in clear. That way, using the monomer and patting in from the pink acrylic isn't going to mess up the foil. So now I'm just cleaning everything up, and I'm going to go ahead and start filing and shaping the nails. That way I can go ahead and make sure that everything is smooth and any extra lumps or bumps are pretty much smoothed out before we place the clear on top to seal in the ombre for our final shape. So I just like to make sure everything is not too bulky, and that when I do go in with the clear now, I'm not over filing to accommodate for those, to kind of accommodate for any extra lumps or bumps. So now I'm going in with that same diamond bit from Young Nails and just settling the cuticles and making sure everything is nice and even. I am using a little bit more pressure on the acrylic, but I was using it at too much of an angle, and so I ended up giving about 2 or 3 of my nails a little bit of a ring of fire once I took the set off. So I would definitely recommend to be very careful, as this one is a new bit, and two, that you're not using too much pressure on your drill, and using your drill with too much pressure on your nail plate, because you're definitely going to put in rings of fire, and that is bad. So don't be like me and mess up 3 of your nails. So this is an 80/80 grit file, or I guess just a regular 80 grit file. So sorry guys, I really hope you don't hear Jimmy meowing at the door. He always wants to come in when I film. But yeah, I'm just taking this 80 grit file and just crisping up the edges of the nail, making sure everything is nice and straight. I know my pinky is off, y'all don't have to tell me, it just is what it is. Like I said, this was just supposed to be something quick, and I have the same thing on the other hand. I doubt you guys can see it, but I ended up not even filling in the other hand. I ended up just taking both sets off. So, you know, like I said, life is a nail tech. I'm not pressed about my nails being perfect, because I always end up messing them up within a day, so it's never really anything personal to me. So here I'm just showing you how I'm filing. So this is under the nail, and then I am turning it so it is parallel, and I am bringing in the nail. So underneath is more so if you want to kind of, not necessarily crisp and shaping it, more so if you need to clean up underneath the edges. But putting it parallel to the nail and at a 90-degree angle keeps your lines nice and straight and crisp. So I'm just showing you there the proper way to hold your file if you're trying to crispen up your edges or the sides of your nails. And so as I was taking care of the cuticle area, of sealing the cuticle area, again, life is a nail tech. In between me doing my nails and trying to film this, I did have other clients, and so my thumb did lift, and so that whole part of the nail of the acrylic was lifted. So I just took all of that off and filled it back in. So now I'm doing another fill on my fill. So I'm just going back in with the Young Nail Swipe and cleaning off the nails from any debris and dust. And now I'm just going in with base coat. I do like to put on base coat even though it is acrylic. The next step, some people say you don't have to do, but I do it just to make sure that I don't have any issues with my gel polish. But we're just putting top coat on top of these after this, so nothing fancy happening here. This is our design. This is pretty much it. And then in the next clip you'll see me put my hand in the lamp and then put on the top coat. And so I did leave that part in. I use acetone to clean up around my cuticles, and I just use a small brush. And this is our final product. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.